back, and we'll see. We'll get rocking and rolling. I want to say welcome to the folks that are on live. If you're watching the replay, if you're watching on Zoom, welcome. It is, you know what? I will say the date. It is January 12th, right? 2026. I want to say Happy New Year. How long until we shouldn't say Happy New Year? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? We don't even know. What's the story with that? All right, we'll get started. I want to welcome you guys on. I'm gonna have my buddy Carl on in a minute. We will be speaking about the dollar a day turnkey business system that came across my desk actually a couple of weeks ago. Let me go ahead and just want to watch from because I want to interact with the folks on. I should have had this ready, right? I want to interact with the folks on YouTube. You know what? We'll do that tomorrow or next time we do it. So I want to say welcome. Carl, raise your hand when you're ready to come on, and let me go ahead and get us ready. Okay, Carl. You know what, Carl? I'll bring you on right now. Shall we? Let's do that. All right. And you're being promoted to panelist. And we're just going to kind of kick it back and forth. We're going to chat about wealth step by step, about passive income, about the dollar a day turnkey system, about if you're watching this, why you may consider this program because it's very inexpensive, very effective program to build wealth, literally step by step. I want to introduce you to one of my business partners and very good friend, Carl Wilt. Carl, you and I have been in business together for some years. And we had an amazing 2025. We still are. I made, just to put it into perspective, the last 4 months of 2025 in business together, I made it in excess in 4 months of in excess of $155,000. I know you made many, multiple six figures many times over in 2025. You and I have spoken about this many times. We want to add revenue streams, passive income streams to our business, to our life, for our families, for a lot of different reasons. You and I have been are actually in the wellness business together. We're in the precious metals business together. We're in the crypto mining business together. You and I were saying we were looking for a passive income system, something digital, something inexpensive, something that anyone can do, something that we can share with people, and it's a very easy system, easy way for people to build wealth. So I want to welcome you on, my brother. Why don't you just give me your 2 cents, and we'll kind of go back and forth if that's all right, and we'll
Yeah.
share, and we'll go over this wealth step by step business
Well,
model. So welcome,
they
brother.
don't create pennies any longer. And, so my 2 cents is probably not worth anything. But, as an investment advisor and following Warren Buffett, I've always believed in anywhere from 4 to 7 buckets of funds we need for retirement. And so revenue streams fits that like a little extra Social Security plan. And there's 168 hours in a week. And if I'm only spending 2 to 4 or 6 hours a week doing some kind of revenue stream and actively, I've got a whole lot more time on my hands. So this feels amazing and passive income, because you and I were in a business with this type of matrix for 3 years now, and we're still getting checks
Yes.
every month. And I've not promoted that per se for 2 years, and I'm still earning from that. I still purchase their products because they're amazing products. So this just fits right into what we've been doing and what we've been teaching for many years together. And I hope and pray folks will see it simply just as that. And the word that Warren Buffett uses, you love to use, is that L word, not lamantia, but leverage. And so here we go. I'll pass it back to you and see where it takes us. I always love your talents and skills and what you bring. So that's why I'm always honored to work with you shoulder to shoulder. You got the country accent and I got the New York talking accent down pat. So
Right.
we have our coffee talk together. But they say in marriage, opposites attract. And my wife's the introvert, and I'm the chatty Cathy. So I'm going to hush up now and send it back to you.
True words, my brother. True words. And again, I appreciate your leadership. You've been a great business partner and friend for years now. And this is something that we're excited about. right? And perfect for 2026. I think in the description we were talking about our 2026 goals. I'm just going to go over a couple things real quick about this program. I like having an online business. If I'm having an online business, I like an online funnel. Wealth Step by Step is a $30 program. It's $1 a day turnkey system. So we were looking, like I said, something anyone can do, something inexpensive. I wouldn't hesitate because Carl mentioned a matrix. I wouldn't hesitate on getting started. But what I want to share with you quick, and then I want to share with you the travel program. A lot of people want an easier way to build their business. So if you have a funnel, this is a funnel like this. Okay. You put a post up out somewhere and you have a funnel like this. You can redirect this to pretty much any business you want. So in other words, if someone puts in their information and they want to take a free tour, you could very easily just paste it right here with this wealth step by step system, and you can redirect people to your wealth business. You can redirect them to a video page. If you're in the crypto mining space, you can redirect them to a video here. If you are involved with LifeWave, you can redirect them here. There are new wellness companies you can direct it to. You can redirect people to these 30-something-year-old companies. So it's a great program. I've learned, Carl, as you know, like tech is very complex to people and it could be very pricey. This is something that's built into your dollar a day turnkey system. It has a lot of different products, one of which is a savings portal that is good, great deals for travel, for theme parks, attraction, hotels, rental cars, ski resorts, movie tickets. You could choose a city wherever you're going to be or wherever you live. Shopping deals, it could be for food, grocery, right? Fat essentials, physical wellness, mental wellness, anything here. And so it's a very easy system. And again, for the dollar a day program, and there's multiple other products in here. You can look in the back office, and there's the email autoresponder that is something that uh, you could edit. So again, you can edit to any business that you want here. And then there's a bunch of different things here. Very simple. Carl, I like that this is simple. I like that it's 5 years old. Few of the things check some boxes. And again, it's an add-on to what we're doing. But the fact that I keep saying it's only $1 a day, but it's true. And then we'll show the comp plan. But it's been in business 5 years and it's been flying under the radar. They just changed this compensation model to this 3x8 matrix is what really has our attention. We'll share in a second. But anything you want to add to that? I just like having this.
Yeah, no. So you went briefly through some of the products. Now, I'm going to ask you a question and just a quick answer back on it. Tell me that funnel, and we know we're getting an responder here in a day or three. We just got an email on it. So we're going to have an email responder. We got a funnel or a capture page, people may know it as. What in your world, because that's the world you come from, online marketing, what would that system right there, standalone, cost on a monthly basis to run a business? Ballpark.
Easily from anywhere from $39 a month to $79 to $97 a month. But the problem is if you're buying a system alone like that standalone, you're not going to be able to figure it out. It's going to be
Right.
too complex and
Yeah.
and you'll never get started. For years, and not only that, let me just say this quick, from a network marketing perspective, if you want to share that with your team, like if you're a network marketing leader right now, I'm saying this also for people watching, you want a better and easier way for your team to generate leads and create exposures, increase exposures. If you start sending people some of these tech deals, they're lost. And they'll
Right.
never, and this is something where it's very simple that you can share with your team as well.
So that's the reason you bring it right back. Two things I want to mention. Success hides itself in simplicity. Think of the last 6 months, what we've been explaining to people in the crypto space, and they look like you're a cyclops with a third eye.
Oh,
When you mention some of the things, it's difficult, and it is what it is. A lot of people, and especially now that you and I have the gray hair we have, a lot of our friends and loved ones are the 50 something, 60 something, 70 somethings, eight.
hmm
I've got people on the team that are 88 and 89 years old. So that's number one. Success hides itself in simplicity. As an investment advisor, I've always said you cannot spend your way to wealth. You can only save your way to wealth. Now, we didn't get too in depth and we won't on this, but savings, I mean, we've got to eat. There's hundreds and hundreds of restaurants across the country that we get this savings book included in our dollar a day. The $30, we get $1,000 worth of savings on fast food restaurants, nicer restaurants. And oh, by the way, nicer quality shipped to the home groceries, grocery stores, over 800,000 hotels. So simplicity, savings, digital in your world, those are the products. And we save on something we're already doing, and we got to eat. So that brings it in to make such good sense to me and my friends and my loved ones that I got to share it. Just like a good movie or a good steak I had last week. I want to tell people a good service, a pastor's message I want to send to somebody because it was a great message. I want to tell my friends and loved ones about, hey, you can save on your meals as well. And oh, by the way, like you said, we'll transition into a thank you check for that, and a right nice thank you check, 8 times greater thank you check than what you and I have earned in the company we've been with 3 years
Yeah.
at this point as well. So back to you, Vin.
Yeah, and that brings us full circle because this is simple. We showed you some offerings and what this company has to offer even for now, and the fact that it's digital, they're just adding new things on. And I want to talk turkey with you. I know that's one of the expressions you always speak about funds and money because look, everyone has liabilities and expenses that come in every single month, and you have a background in finance. We'll just talk about this compensation plan because that's really, I'm going to just be brutally honest. That's why I'm here. I'm here all about, I do business for the money. I do business, it's funny how people say, I want to help people. Of course you want to help people. But, you don't open a restaurant. You want to be profitable. And getting people from a deficit into breaking even into a surplus in a business, particularly with leverage, is key. I've never in my years, and this isn't hypey, this is just mathy. I've never seen a compensation plan that the break-even point is quite as easy as it is here. Now, there are only 2 ways to earn income. A lot of times things are very, again, Carl, like you said, complex. This pay plan, the first way to get paid when you sign someone up personally is they sign up, they pay $30, you get a $25 fast start. That's it. So if everyone you personally enroll, you make a $25 fast start. The next thing is this. This is residual income. There's no check match. There's no leadership pools. There's no generational pay. None of that. This is very, very simple. This is what's called a 3x8 matrix. So I'll kind of write that here and just share with people. 3x8, what that means is that it grows in increments of 3. So 3, 9, 27, 81, and that goes down 8 levels from 1 through 8. Actually, 8 to open up level 8, you do have to have 3 personals. Okay. And that opens up level 8. But the thing that's key here is I just want to be real clear on something is on level 1, when you have 3 accounts and memberships, whether you put them there or you upline, they could be spillover, it can spill under you. You get paid $10 in commissions per membership per month for a total of $30, a monthly total of $30. Level 2 is $5, and all the way down is $2 per membership. Carl, can you share why that is so important, please, sir?
Yeah, so a few things. There's no ranks that you have to hit. So we're not required to bring in X amount of people monthly or quarterly or annually. This can even be earned all the way down to level 7. We're not bringing in people for entitlement, but we can bless some lives just in the spillover itself. But
Yes.
we want to teach 3 to get 3. But when this from level 3 down, if you look and see where it pays $2 per person, our company that we're still with, and I'm not bashful about it, it's a great company with supplementation, Live Good. We
Yeah.
make 25 cents.
Yeah.
That's why I said we get paid 8 times more. When I crunch numbers, being a math guy, and I'm earning 600 a month with Live Good. That's not knocking it out of the park, but it's 3 years removed, and I don't spend any time during the month sharing it any longer. That would be $4,800 in this deal with the same organization size. So 600 or 4,800, which would more juice my train.
Mhm.
With that, then that means that I'm helping many loved ones make 4, 8, 12, 1,600, 2,000, and
Mhm.
so forth. But it's a team approach where everyone that comes into this organization falls in that matrix where in a binary, you can get discouraged. You could have 50,000 people on one leg and you work in another with 100 on it. You only compensated on those 100 people,
Right.
and you could have 50,000 people doing nothing. This takes down below 8 levels before you don't really get compensated. And as it goes, that's $2, $2, $2, $2. Oh, by the way, where do you know of that you can get a direct sale of 80%?
Mhm.
$30 in pays us $25. So the friend that brought this to you, Vin, I watched him in our prior company put
Yep.
448 people in that. And unfortunately, we weren't, or I wasn't in his organization, and it's grown to 100,000 people. So in my mind, if I enter and he's saying that this is the best thing since sliced bread, or at least for 2026 right now, super excited about getting paid 8 times more. I believe he'll put in 400 or 500 people into this. And if I'm on his level 3, his level 4, his level 5, that means at some point I'm going to receive some spill with some of his people. What could that potentially turn into, as you mentioned early on, sooner getting in this dance than later?
Mhm.
I'm saying I was always late to the dance when I walked in. The lights were turned back on, all the punch was gone, and the pretty girls were already taken. We needed to be in this dance early and often, because then we can be blessed and we can bless many along the way. It's a team approach. And if we want to go to the beach for 3 months and not do it, there's no requirements to do so. But I'm saying everybody that in a perfect world, here it is, Vin, here's the math. In a perfect world, do we know 3 people that love and trust us that have $30? If we do, three who gets three, who gets three, who gets three, we're making $20,000 a month, 9 and 12 and 15 months from now, in a perfect world. But what if we're 70% wrong and we only make 3 or 4 or 5 thousand a month, and not spend but an hour or two a week, sharing this with some of our friends and loved ones.
Absolutely. And what I love too, and you see it, like you saw it instantly, people that have experience see this. So I say to the leaders, if you have any experience and you're watching this, they say help others get what they want, you'll have what you want. A leveraged business, you want to help people win, right? So if $30 is the cost to run your business, I look here at level 3 with 27 across pays a total of $129. If you subtract the $30, that's $100 a month passive income. Okay, great. But the fact is, when you mention like Live Good or Save Club or so many other matrices, let me show you this. This on level 3, that's a total of 38 people. Those companies like Save Good Club and Live Good, both good companies, especially Live Good, you need 40 people just to break even. Here with a team of 38, you are making $130. So minus the 30, you're in profit for $100. So when you say that you would have been making 4,800 with the Live Good business now with the same size, the reality is, and you know this, it would have been a lot more because people that are making $10 or $4 because they have would be making 100, 200, 500, $700. And you and I, we see something like this. We're like, wow, I can assist others now. I can assist others. And quite frankly, it's right here in the front with the three buy at $10 a piece. You can break even. Breaking even is the holy grail. Breaking even is what keeps businesses in business, whether it's real estate, a restaurant, any type of traditional business, having more surplus than expense obviously is key, and that's the key in a leverage based business like this. Let me shoot it back to you, Carl. Last word, because we're going to start doing zooms about this. We haven't really even invited anyone about this yet, and so whatever it is you want to share
Yeah.
with
So,
folks.
one other thing we didn't, well, we kind of mentioned, but simplicity, savings, and then a very low barrier of entry, your dollar a day, as you mentioned, $30. And with three people, we can keep someone in the game. So if we keep them in the game, then like you say, month 4, 6, and 8, in the hamster wheel of products that are 100, 150, $200 a month per person, you got to spend $400 a month in a family. The hamster wheel in 90 to 120 days, they fall off that because you can't sustain that. $30 you can sustain. They may see three people in spillover in the next 60 or 90 days that pays them 10, 10, and 10, and they could be earning $30 a month thereafter. Keep them in the game. Maybe they save on some food, maybe they save on some travel, maybe they do. But the longer we keep them in the game, the better our odds are of them sharing it with a friend or a loved one. And that's all back to the first word we used is L in leverage. And we're just sharing the same common goal. And I believe we're going to bless many lives with something, a sticky business, as you said, where this isn't a startup. This is 5 years old. That's a beautiful thing. Never
Mhm.
really have I gone to a seasoned company and had the opportunity to earn like it's day one. Well, with
Right.
your sponsor, and we're bringing fresh legs to this, if you will. And there's not to boast, but then you and I are in agreement that there's just not been the professionals or the successful professionals in this dance yet.
Right.
I believe this could be very, very powerful with a $1 a day commitment.
Carl, it's funny you say that too, because I just spoke to a friend of mine whom you know. And he's in the know, and he's an online marketing guy. And I said, "Do you see it?" He goes, "I think I heard of it. I don't really know about Wealth step by step." I said, "Bro, I'm just going to show you the PDF of the comp plan because that's all you need. That's all he needs to know, right?" And so we look at this, and you and I both said we like the name. We like Wealth step by step by step. Because what we're going to do, if you're watching this now, what Carl and I are going to do, we're going to literally assist people because we're not like online marketers.
Right.
Right? We jump on the phone. We do, especially Carl. We're belly to belly. We like people. We like humans. We like getting on the phone. We are literally going to help people step by step through the levels of the business. Help three, get three, get three to stabilize these businesses. Then identify people who want to. Because look, last thing I'll say, and you're going to agree, because we do this all the time when we talk about this. What the hell is going on in the world right now? The world between inflation, the price of food, clothing, shelter. You heard me say it 1,000 times. We go to Costco, it's $500. People, whether they're baby boomers and saying, I don't know if I can retire. Social Security is 1,200, 1,400 bucks, maybe $2,000. What are you going to do with that? And then you have Generation X right behind the baby boomers saying, I don't think they know what they're doing. So, like inflation, the price of everything, and uncertainty, not to be gloom and doom, but we got something we can keep this fun. We can keep it simple. We're going to embrace personal development, which we didn't even show the company has with the ebooks and all
Yeah.
that stuff as well. So, and we're doing it. What are we? We're on 25 minutes here. We're keeping this simple and keeping it fun. Carl, brother, man, I'm going to give you the last word, and then we're going to have a call to action for the folks to get started.
No, like you say, when you think of the senior adult, but then I think of my daughter that just graduated college
Right.
3 weeks ago, and 100,000 a year. It's going to take her here in Middle Tennessee. It's five, six, $700,000 for a little house that's in a neighborhood that she don't have to worry and this and that. So it just takes a lot of money to live these days. My vice president in the jewelry industry, I was his number one manager in 1989, and he was sitting there and he was cussing up a storm saying, it's hard to live on $150,000 a year now for a family. I don't understand it. And I'm thinking, here I am, I'm earning 35,000 a year, and I thought I was walking in high cotton. But it's really hard in 2026 to live on 150,000 for a family, a husband, wife, 75 or 80, in a day job, if they hadn't watched their P's and Q's and things. So I pray for our 20 somethings and 30 somethings, being able to buy a home and all. So yeah, we're just going to bless lives and hope and pray we've got a life raft for people. And maybe like Noah, they don't know it's raining yet, or they don't know the storms are coming, but the storms are coming if they aren't upon us already. We've got a life raft, and this is just one of those 4 to 7 buckets for saving for a rainy day. Save your way to wealth. You can't spend your way to wealth. And with that, Vin, I pray blessings on every home watching this. And I pray that they put their yes on the table sooner rather than later, because like mom always said, too much weight's what broke down the wagon, and we ain't waiting.
Love it, brother. I appreciate you. I love you. You're a brother. I appreciate your friendship. For the folks watching, get back to whomever shared this with you. If you're watching this out there on the internet and the interwebs, click the link below. You can either drop your name and email or just go and write and sign in. We have $1 a day turnkey business system, and we'll be doing this. Just have to invite people to the Zooms like this. This is our first one. So thank you, Carl. Thanks for who's watching. See you all at the top. Let's go do it.
Great job, Vin. Thank you.
You, brother.